Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. We're just gonna keep working on this. I'm hoping maybe we'll get enough done today that next stream that I work on this, I can actually start painting it or making the textures for it, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay. So I got a decent amount done last stream. We got gauntlets, armbands, shoulder pads, scarf, helmet, which I'm trying to fix some stuff on there right now. And then we started working on the undershirt chest plate area. So, yeah. Trying to figure out what's going on up here. I'm trying to make the teeth a little smoother looking. And then there's something going on with like the headphones or the headset area, and it's looking a little funky, but I think we can fix that. Also, it's raining really bad. Supposed to be a pretty big thunderstorm, so if something happens to the stream, just gonna have to keep that in mind. I think these might have to stay sharp, but I think these look okay-ish, maybe. Might just tweak them a bit. I mean, I think those will be fine for now. Okay, yeah. There's something going on. There's a weird random sharp edge on this, and I'm trying to figure out why. Because I don't have it marked as sharp, but it still looks like that for some reason. Maybe if I just clear this? Oh no, now it's got the weird shading. Okay, I'm guessing it's because of these faces on the inside. So we just delete that and then fill this in F. Oh yeah, that fixed it. Okay. Gonna have to do it to this side too. So if I delete that, and then delete the two faces inside of it, which not sure how that happened, but it's probably, I did extrude it to make that, but yeah. Man, it is really raining hard outside. F. Okay, yeah, we're all good. Okay, now to deal with this. Getting some like weird shading here. I don't know if the shape is probably just too simple. Actually, that kind of looks worse. I mean, it looks fine. Although I am noticing that one of these is taller than the other, so we gotta fix that. Oh, okay. It's also not really symmetrical. Oh god. I think that's good enough. I'm gonna save that. Hopefully the storm doesn't make everything crash. I need to open up my reference somewhere. Oops. Yeah, just give me a second. Okay. Alright, what are we doing now? I guess we have to work on the chest area. I forgot if I decided last stream if I was gonna do the rings on the shoulder pads or not, because, I mean, it is part of the design, but I could just paint them on, and we're trying to conserve as much as possible here, since it's going in AR, but, yeah. Let's see. So I got the shape of this pretty much correct. I don't think we should really bother going out of our way to make the indent from around the neck. I could probably just paint that on when I texture it. So we're moving on to the chest plate. Probably the part that I'm not the most excited to do this. Let's see. First of all, I don't want any of these seams, because I will have to redo most of this anyways. Dude, why is it not? Clear seam. Oh, those were the ones inside, I guess. Okay, whatever. This is clear enough for me to, like, kind of understand what I'm working with. So, when I made the first design, this part ended up being pretty smooth, but in the reference picture, it's a very sharp, pointy, like, chest plate going on. So that, I'm hoping we can correct that now. Okay. I don't know how that looks. Oh, well, I need to set that to a sharp edge. Let's see. Mark sharp. Not the best, but I think if we just keep adjusting stuff, it can look kind of decent. Although, we can only do so much until I start messing a little, too much with, what I had already. So, I have to be careful with that. Okay, well, first of all, it's a little uneven. So I think we need to bring this a little bit down. I think it's a little too down now. That's like somewhat fine. Let's see. Will that work? I think it might, yeah. We have to change... Oh god. We have to change... Save. This part of the chest plate now. Because it's a little bit of a different shape. Instead of just going straight across, it goes straight and then it goes down and then back up. Let's see. Okay. Gotta lock in. So This part stays as is, and then I think we can just take all of these right here. Just push it down. Oh, not that way, but down. A little bit more. Okay. And then if I take these parts and then push them in a little, keep them out. I think they need to go a bit down. Okay, I think that's pretty much perfect. And then this needs to go up so that it's straight. Oh yeah, that does. It also helps make this part pointy. Kind of. Okay. That didn't do what I thought it would do. Oh, I know the problem. We need to take this part. Kind of just stretch it out a little. Yeah? Okay, let's look at that. Okay, and now I'm looking at my reference image. Hello! Welcome back. It's pretty different, stream from yesterday, but this is just kind of just how I do stuff. Just a different thing every day. Alright, so. I think I need to push this thing up a little more. Because it's just, I don't know. Just not looking like the picture. Anime characters are polygons, a pull is a pull. You're very right on that. Oh shit, okay. So it goes that way, and then that, okay. I need to pull this part out again. So that's basically parallel. It's almost looking like a triangle, but we know it's not. Okay, now there's a weird sharp edge. Now I gotta fix that. Are you not comfortable bringing your reference image into Blender? I've tried, but I feel like it didn't really help me as much as just having it on my other monitor. Also, so this is like a virtual augmented reality fashion collection I'm working on. And I'm working on the second outfit. It's building off of the first outfit, but the first one, I did that on my really, like, shitty laptop, and when I tried bringing my reference image into my laptop using Blender, it kind of just crashed the whole thing. Because my reference image is a pretty, like, high quality sketch that I did. I probably should have, like, turned it into a JPEG or something, but I don't know. This is kind of just what I'm used to. I do have, like, I have the picture on the screen, you know? But that's kind of just for you guys to see. And then I have my actual, like, blown up image on my other monitor, along with chat for me to read. So, yeah, I don't know. Also, I'm kind of just like, I would consider myself a noob at 3D modeling and Blender in general, so kind of just figuring out what works for me. And sometimes I'm just like too stubborn to do what the professionals do, you know? Okay. I think the neckline, or not the neckline, the top part of the chest plate's pretty much good. Everything else, most of this is probably just gonna be textured on since we're working in AR, and AR does not like a lot of details, so now I need to make it have like a sharp boob. Holy shit, the thunder outside is very bad right now, guys. Okay, it's looking a little wonky. That's just because the vertices are all, like, messed up. Hopefully the storm outside isn't bad enough to, like, make everything lose power, but if it does, we'll see if I can keep stream going or not, but if not, I still have to work on this, because I need it to graduate, so... Are you East Coast? We got storms rolling here soon too. Unfortunately, I live in the Midwest where the weather's kind of just always crazy and not predictable at all. So, yeah. It's not as bad as the very start of summer when it was like there was a week I'm pretty sure I still streamed that week, but there was a week when I had like 3 tornado warnings in the same week, one after another. That was a pretty bad time, but yeah, average day in the Midwest. Okay, this is not looking the way I want it to. I need to get rid of this. I don't know if I need to go, like, more extreme on it, or if it's just, I don't know. Okay. Actually, whatever. I'm undoing this because I just noticed that, I feel like it would look better if it was a little bit lower. Let's push this back to how it was. Yeah, I'm really not sure why I made it so... It's probably I was, short on time making the first design, so it ended up being really round, but this next design's really angular. Build a hobbit house, become immune to tornadoes. Dude, I wish. Bro, I'm even having people text me asking if everything's okay over here. Holy shit. I don't know if I don't know if it's loud enough for the microphone to pick up on. I think I just need to clear the sharpness on this. Okay, yeah. It's pretty bad. Hopefully, nothing gets damaged, nothing loses power, nothing gets corrupted, Blender-wise. Not that that really happens too often, but... Low-key, I'm just gonna leave the chest plate as it is for now. Because honestly, I think all of the details can just be textured on. The belt stays the same. I'm sure it's gonna get even louder later, because the storm just started and it's going until I end stream, so... have fun listening to that, guys. Okay. Okay, this part's also the same, it's just textured differently. I think I forgot to mention it, but... Oh, flash flood warning, that's great, yeah. Okay. We're just gonna keep on going, and we'll see what happens. Okay, these parts are the same, except... I need to make a new... Okay. If I do this... I need to clear all these seams. Oh, not mark seam. Clear the seams. Okay, aside from... I'm sure there's some Blender experts in here now that, I don't know. There's a couple more people in than usual, but if it seems like I'm doing like a hack job with this, it's because I am. You know, good art takes time, and I don't have time. I have the summer and one more semester to finish the entire collection of outfits, and oh shit, where? It already took me one semester to come up with the entire idea, make all the sketches, make the first one, test it out. What am I trying to look for? So yeah, we're kind of just doing things as fast as possible. Obviously I want it to look nice, but I can only do so much with the time that I have. What am I trying to do? Is it illegal to have someone else make the models? I don't think it's illegal per se, but I'm pretty sure considering it's my graduation assignment, and you know, they're kind of running on the assumption that you're doing everything yourself. I'm sure it would probably be grounds for expulsion or something, you know? I am using, for the actual, like, body model itself, I did use, what is it? I forgot the word for it, oh god. Character morph or whatever. I just made like a plugin. Yeah. So I did that, and then oh god. Cause, you know, the point of the whole thing is the outfits, not the actual character itself, or like my selection. Have they heard of capitalism? Considering I'm pretty sure most colleges would absolutely know capitalism. Considering that, you have to give them so much money every single semester, and you barely get anything in return for it. Forgot the... Ah, yes, that was it. Where is... Okay. Oops. Didn't mean to copy that. You lagged there and I thought you got ate by the wind. Surprisingly, my Wi-Fi is, like, decently okay, but it does, like, randomly drop frames from time to time, so... Okay. Alright, so this other thing on the leg that we're adding now, it's like that much of a distance. It's a little closer like that. And then I'm gonna have to... Oh shit, no. It's a little too... Oh! Wrong direction. It's a little too out from the leg. Alright. Okay, we're gonna have to edit this to look like... Where is it? So much stuff on my screen. You can't see my cursor, but... That little plate under what's already there. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah. Having all my designs kind of just like evolve from each other was basically my plan to save as much time as possible. Still make it kind of interesting. There's some lore going on here. It's like a whole thing, but it helps the fact that I don't have to start over again and make 5 completely different outfits. Oh shit, no, that's not gonna work. How does that look? Forgot to fix the bottom of this because it's not that shape anymore. It's just straight. Okay. It's looking fine. I think just a little closer. Then I need to extend it out. How far down does it go? I think that's like pretty much the correct length for it. Okay. Looks a little goofy. But I just need to fix some stuff. Nope. Wrong button. Clear, and then that can stay on the bottom. Okay. Okay. That needs to go out. So this whole thing needs to be straight. Okay. And okay, let me just mark these sharp so I can actually see what's going on here. What's going on? Oh. I mean, in the reference picture, it does look like that, but oh god, need to add the edges right here. Mark sharp. Mark sharp. Oh wait, and then I have to push that in a little. Okay. That's what we're working with for now. Does have a line going this way on the reference image, but oh well. Let's see. It's about like right there, yeah. Oh, that is not even. Mark sharp. Oh wait, no. Hope this works as I imagine it will. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay. That looks fine. Do need to mirror it. Body base. Apply. Okay, there's that. Obviously I'm gonna... I don't know. If there's any problems that I notice later on, I'm definitely gonna, like, fix them, off stream before we start texturing it, but I'm really just trying to get all of the basic stuff, at least kind of blocked in or done. Okay. What's different with the shoes? So... Okay. Shoes look pretty much the same, except... Let's see. This part is a little different. Oh god. What's going on here? Oh. Mark sharp. What else is going on? Oh, okay. I think this is clear sharp. Honestly, I don't know if... I don't know if doing surgery on these to make them look like the reference photo is any more enjoyable than it would have been to just do it from scratch, but it is faster. It's just an exercise in... I don't know. Trying to wrap my head around how to change things. Let's see. Send the picture. This part's... No, I'm not trying to delete that. This part's sticking out. This part's like inset. Then this part is all sticking out again. It's pretty much the same shape, but oh god. We might have to delete some stuff. Or not even delete stuff, just like hello? Okay. I thought my computer was gonna crash or something, but my mouse just decided not to work. Okay, this part, changing it to this, and then clear, sharp on that. Then that part's sharp in the picture. What is up with my mouse? Hello? It's not letting me zoom. Oh, okay. Nope. Stopped working again. Oh, I need to clear these. Alright. What now? I kinda have it blocked out, but it's not looking the best. Okay. Need to find some way. Okay, what does it look like without it? Dude, I wish this mouse was wired sometimes, but okay. Some weird shading going on because of the fact that this part like juts out. How would I do surgery on this? I'm gonna save it. Okay, we'll see if just deleting all of this works out, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, I'll probably have to keep that as one thing or two things. Oh fuck, I forgot about that edge. Oh my god. Okay. It's a start. To extend that. Fill that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Gonna have to keep extending this, aren't I? Oh shit. Please turn out the way that I'm expecting it to. Because I'd rather not. The shoes are probably my least favorite part of the entire process because I never really learned how to... You using Blender? Yes, I am. It's the only one I know how to use, so. I mean, yeah. I don't think any of my college classes really showed us anything. Or, well, for my major at least. Pretty sure we always used Blender. Actually, that's not true. I was taught Autodesk Maya because that's like industry standard or whatever. Not a fan of it, so. And I probably will never work in like a AAA game company because everything I've heard about it, assuming I would even be like talented enough to do that, not a good place to be. Learn Cinema 4D, but a 1-year license is $2K? Yeah, dude, like, I just can't do that. I understand that, you know, if you're really good at it, and you actually have a job in it, it pays for itself, but for the other, like, 95% of us, I think Blender's just fine. I think it depends where you want to work for and what type of company. Yeah, that's true. I'm not gonna, like, I don't think I should write every company off as, horrible. It's just, I don't know. It's for a very specific type of person with very good, work ethic and a specific mindset. And I think even though I spent all of college wanting to work in games, I think doing that has made me realize that maybe I'm just not cut out. That's probably why I'm just making content on the internet instead with all of my skills. Yeah. Better games were made with worse tools. That is true, as well. I will say that a lot of... Okay, we're looking a lot closer to the reference image than before. I actually cooked, guys. But yeah, I think now more than ever, there's a lot of good open source software out there that can absolutely make great games on par with, well, maybe not graphically, but entertainment-wise, yes, on par with big studios. My first class of doing game design, they tried teaching us Unreal 5. Not the biggest fan. But then I started dabbling in Godot. And then I learned Ren'Py, because I'm trying to make a visual novel as my first game. But that's still a whole thing. It's still a work in progress, but learning those were a much more fun time, and it helped me actually understand what I was doing. But like, all in all, it's kind of just a matter of learning effectively instead of just trying to dive into everything head first, you know? Because when I you know, I'm still like a beginner at Blender, but when like my first full body original character model was absolute buns because I didn't understand UV unwrapping. I didn't understand like anything. I didn't understand retopology, but then I started doing the stuff that I do now, which is augmented reality, and I think that's really helped me because for augmented reality at least, you're kind of forced to be super conscious of keeping everything low poly and having everything be correct because it's like really obvious when something isn't. Learning how to optimize, learning how to texture because if you don't have good textures, then it's just gonna look like shit. So that was my learning experience for me. Having curiosity is the most important thing, even when you like using different software. That is true, yeah. You really can't improve as an artist if you're trying to be serious unless you have like the actual desire to learn things. Because otherwise, you're kind of just a bum. Maybe not a bum, but you're just gonna not have the drive to actually try new things or do much of anything really. If you just, I'm trying to be better at that, but it's a process. Okay. So we like kind of fixed that, but there's still something about it that I think I just need to make the seam more obvious. At some point in my life, I was going to that path, so I know a little about it. I would like to know the story behind that, and I guess why you ended up not pursuing it, you know? I mean, I guess, I don't know. Maybe there's not much of a story to tell, because mine wasn't very interesting either, but yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a fun time. Maybe not even a fun time, but it's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this thing when I'm older because I really like it, or maybe just because it looks really cool and I want to learn it. And then you get older and you realize, you know, maybe that's just not my thing, or maybe it's just not realistic. Clear that. Oh, did. I don't know if my mouse needs to be charged or something, but it's the least of my concerns because you don't really see that much in AR. I mean, you can't. It does work when your back's turned, but unless you're really curious about it, what it looks like from the back, usually you don't end up seeing it. Okay, so that's like kind of close to the... I mean, that pretty much is what the... Wait, I'm missing something. There's... There's another indented part that's supposed to be right here. Okay, how do I do that? Well, I know how to do it. It's just like, okay. Oh, nope. I don't want another loop. Okay. It's like that part goes down, and then that part goes down. Okay, and then... Okay, after this, I really gotta check how many tries we're at. You know, modern AR platforms like Snapchat, TikTok, they can actually handle a decent amount of tries for full body meshes, but I still try to keep things as low as possible just because it's less of a problem when you run it as a filter in the app, but it's more of a problem when you put it into the AR program and you have to set everything up. Maybe that was just my shitty laptop being shitty, but yeah. Unless you're a very particular personality, it's very hard to say in any creative field without being a part of a creative community. That's very right, yeah. I was always passionate about computers and games. I happened to be not talented enough for design and creating. I was good at coding and computer science, so with my talent, if that makes sense. No, I kind of get that. I mean, it is pretty hard to have all of those skills at once. Some people do, but it's not bad to just be better at one area compared to another, or just excel in one area. Yeah, I mean, if you realistically, most people just, you're not gonna have it all, so you might as well just cater to whatever you're strongest at. I mean, that's the smart move, you know. Okay. Gonna save this. It's pretty accurate to my reference picture, although I do have to get rid of this because that's not sharp. It only gets sharp. Oh, wait, no. I also have to get rid of that. Clear sharp. Oh god. It's all these little details. But yeah, hey, being good at coding and CS, that's, you know, a lot of people aspire to have that as a strength. I mean, me not being so good at that is why I'm more into, you know, stuff like visual novels and art games, which focus less on the actual coding and more being an artistic statement, you know? But yeah. My sister, my little sister, she's going to school for computer science. And I would definitely say she's a lot smarter than I am. And she also has way more work ethic than I am, so that really checks out. Okay. Those are the shoes. They kind of look goofy, but I think it's just because proportions are different 3D wise compared to my sketch. But that's fine. Doesn't have to be one-to-one. I know my textures can carry me because that's my strength. When I saw crazy drawings beside me, they worked on projects more easy because of art school. I was like, I ain't making it far. It's two different things though. Yeah, that is even though I am in school for art, definitely wouldn't recommend it for everybody. And I've definitely thought about dropping out multiple times just because it truly humbled me as a person and as an artist. But you realize you're kind of not all that, and also you're constantly being pushed to new limits every single day. And some people just aren't built for that. And I'm barely surviving. But yeah. Most of the studio heads come up as programmers. That's also very true. Programmers are very essential. Looking right at the toes here. Yeah, I kind of, you might be able to tell, I kind of gave up when it came to making the shoes. Really not my strength, but you kind of don't really end up seeing it. Well, people tend to not focus on the bottom when, you know, they're wearing it as an AR filter because they're too focused on like looking at themselves at the top. But yeah. Add holes, make them Crocs. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to close this up, but man, Crocs are something. I've never owned a pair of Crocs. Yeah, people are so great in that field, people don't realize that, yeah. Okay, how do I... low-key... I think I just gotta, like, fill this in. Okay, I didn't think this through. In the reference image, the shoes are pretty much the exact same. It's just like this whole thing is like, well, actually, it is the same. I just need to make this part stick out more. Or really, hold on. How does this look? Low-key, I'm just gonna make that part of the texture. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see. Okay, close up on the feet. Give me an angle. Yeah, so it's pretty much, oh, what did I just move? Whatever. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just gonna be textured a little different. Because in the first model, the shoes were just like fully black. Okay. Is there anything else that I'm missing? Okay, that's the same. That's the same. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, what happened? Mark Sharp. Doesn't make that much of a difference, but these are still supposed to be sharp. Oh wow, okay. I was worried that like the number of tries would go up a ton making this second outfit. Oh wait, shit. I still have to do the cape. Okay. I'll do that. But we're still under 19k tries with this whole thing, so fun. Okay, so we got the helmet done. We got the scarf done. I know this looks unfinished, but this is mostly textures carrying this. We got this done. Armbands, gauntlets, little glove things, chest plate. These are done. That's done. Okay. We just need to do the cape, which, okay, not sure how to do this exactly so that it's, I think the best option would just have it like, it's gonna be static, but I don't want it to clip into anything. I guess the best option that matches my reference photo is if I just connect it behind the shoulder pads. Actually, no, that would be terrible because I have to animate it. If I make it come out of the scarf, then I just have it like float behind. Maybe, I don't know. Can make it straight. Yeah, actually, I think I low-key might just have it be like a floating object that like stays behind you. And then I can, once I rig this or whatever, I can just make it so that, what is it? It's like attached to the spine or whatever, so that it doesn't, the spine bone, so that when I make like a render of it like walking, since it's a fashion collection, it'll just like stay behind without actually moving into the body. Let's see. Also, if I do it like that, I think it'll also be better, because honestly, if it's causing problems, I can just like, since it'll be a separate object, I can just adjust things on its own. And also, maybe, I was told that I need to think a little more about how, once I turn it into a filter for people to wear with AR, I need to start thinking more about having stuff that's interactive, so maybe I can just have it be like a toggle on and off for the cape or something. So like you tap the screen and it either puts on or takes off the cape. But that's for later on. Okay, I'm just gonna like block out the basics of this. Oh shit. Oh. Come on. Okay. I don't know. Okay. The way that I was taught in class was always starting off with actual objects like a cube or a sphere and then making stuff out of that, but I don't know if it's just because of the stuff that I make that this is easier for me or if it's just me being weird, but I kind of find it easier to just start with a plane for everything and just work from there and then solidify it later on. But maybe that's just me being weird. Also, I think I definitely need to make this smaller. Especially because I have to add wrinkles into it, which is really just me taking a bunch of random vertices and then moving them so that when I put it to shade smooth, it looks like wrinkles. Okay, I think I'm overcomplicating this, but I'll delete any loops that I don't end up using. Okay, we're gonna start off with that, and then need to see how it looks. Just need to do this to block it out, because I've been having some problems with actually, the scale of random stuff. It's my reference picture. It goes... Actually, okay. What the fuck? My reference picture. It's actually kind of long, bro. Moving that down, and then I'll stretch that up. Okay. Get that so it's not clipping into her butt. Yeah, that's kind of the length of it. And then it has a very unique shape at the bottom where it like juts out like that. Okay. Gotta start moving it in this direction. I don't know. Doesn't really, I don't know if it really matters what it looks like near the top, but as long as it's not going to obviously show that it's not actually connected. Okay. Okay, let's see. As long as it will work and be practical, I think that's fine. Yeah, that's kind of, I don't know. Augmented reality has been an interesting thing to work with. But it also means I kind of can really get away with doing stuff like this, which I'm sure there's somebody out there that's really cringing at this stuff, seeing my process, but I mean, I'm fine with it as long as it ends up working in the end, you know? Okay. So, how do I do this? Usually just to make wrinkles. Kind of just end up picking random things, moving them around. Oh. As long as I don't end up in like one of those bad topology YouTube videos, I think I'm somewhat fine. Okay, I have no idea what this is gonna look like. Shade smooth. Kinda looks like shit, but I think I really need to. Bruh. I made a really good scarf using that same thing, but cape is looking a little bit like it's a different beast to deal with. Just gotta play with the perception, it saves time, yeah. I'm really not... Okay. I think I just need more things to play with, and then... Okay, yeah. Oh, shit. I mean, it's like, okay. I just need to figure out the issue with, faking some wrinkles here and there, but I don't know if, I mean, I feel like I might be done with the actual modeling part during stream, but if for some reason this takes like the entire rest of the time, the next step would be taking it into Substance Painter, which I only use because if you're a university student, you can get it for free. If that wasn't the case, I would just use, what is it? Any, like, alternative to it that exists out there, because I would rather not give my money to Adobe. Tron Agito. That's an interesting interpretation of this, but yeah. Oh, shit. Let's see. So that's what happens in big games. You can't design multiple interiors of buildings for open world style games, so they make the inside of the apartment flat since nobody will actually go inside. Yeah, I also, something that's interesting to me is that that I've been seeing whenever I go into, I don't know, subreddits that talk about game design and modeling for games. I feel like in school they always tell you to only use quads, never use tris, which is interesting because in AR you can only use tris, but then I see models from actual like big games out there from very well respected companies, and they use triangles like a ton because it saves up on a lot more space than just using quads would. But they know how to use them, like, smartly in the most effective ways to save on space so that it's actually optimized. Seeing the headpiece more clearly. Yeah, this sorry. It's a part of my virtual fashion collection that I'm doing. Obviously, it's inspired by Kamen Rider, but yeah, it's all just original designs that I did. It's gonna be 5 different outfits, and you will be able to wear all of them as filters on Snapchat and TikTok. The first one is actually already done, and you can wear it as a filter. It's on, if you click the link tree, in my bio or whatever, one of the links in there is to my like art portfolio or whatever, and then you should be able to find it from there. Is this good enough? I don't know. I might mess with... Kind of just been messing around with stuff while talking. Looks pretty cool, very futuristic, mixed with 80s and 90s vibe. Well, thank you, yeah. Guess that makes sense since, a lot of people would say that, like, the golden age of, like, this specific genre was in the 90s with, like, oh god, Power Rangers and stuff. Okay. It's not too much of a difference. What else could I do to make it more obvious? Aside from just like going crazy with it. Yeah, I think I just need to like really exaggerate this, which would have been easier if I did this before I solidified it, but I would say it was more peak during middle of Heisei era when Disney owned Power Rangers. Yeah, that's fair also. I think it's just like, I don't know. People are very, nostalgia driven. I would say that like Disney era Power Rangers was definitely what I grew up with, but everybody's a little different when it comes to that. First half of 2000s to be accurate. Yeah, that's... yeah. I feel like I don't... I haven't really kept up as much with Power Rangers as a franchise or anything compared to everything else, but I did use it as I did use a lot of references for this whole project I'm doing. Power Rangers had a lot of variation depending on the era. Yeah, it was... the franchise has been through a lot throughout the years. You can like kind of see some texture in there, but honestly, I feel like that's about as good as we're gonna get in terms of AR, at least. I don't know, guys. It's a little too close to the body for my liking. I'm gonna fix the bottom edge just because it looks a little too straight. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see how it looks when it's like textured or whatever. I mean, I can like let me save and then add a texture. I think it's gonna crash. Okay, hold on. Let's just relax. I won't touch anything. Okay, it's not gonna crash. Concept of Super Sentai is another way to picture Hero. Took inspiration from American comics but made it look fresh. Yeah, that's and yeah, and like nowadays it's incredibly unique in what it's doing. Toei and Bandai became more focused on just pumping out toys. That's when you start to see the decline. Yes, indeed. I mean, we all love toys, but it's hard to have an actually good show when toys are kind of just the focus over anything else, or selling them is the focus. Okay. These are like the leftover colors from the old, the last design, so not accurate to this design, but let's see. I mean, it looks fine. It's the case for most franchises, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay. Delete that. Oh god. Okay, save. I think I need to move this back to where it was, so. Forgot the shortcut for it. Okay. I think once I get this, Shift S or Shift C. No, that's not it. Bruh. This, oh god. What's happening? Oh, well, actually it did fix the the center. This is what happens when every time I use Blender, I'd make one thing and then I take like months off of using it because I'm busy texturing, rigging, all that stuff. Let's see. Pretty sure save as, wait, no. Export. And then what format do I export for Substance Painter? Right, okay. We're doing FBX. Oh shit. I have to select everything. Select all. Export FBX. Mesh selected. Oh. Low-key, I thought, for some reason I thought that you guys would see the pop-up for me trying to export it, but I guess it doesn't show. Okay. I have to do an FBX and then hold on. Do I need to do materials before I put it in Substance Painter? I low-key forgot the entire process on how to do this already. Shit, I do. Okay. Okay, I guess everything has a material except for the scarf and the cape, since those are brand new items or objects. Have you thought about doing live on TikTok? I think your content could work there. Good question. Actually came from TikTok. I have like 6K followers on there. That's where I do most of my content. The only reason I don't stream on TikTok itself is because I'm having problems actually connecting my OBS to my TikTok account. For some reason, whenever I've tried to go live on my TikTok account, it's like you don't have permission to go live, and it says I need to apply for permission or whatever. And then whenever I've tried to apply for it, it just like auto denies me for some reason. So I don't know if that's like, I don't know if I need to contact somebody on the TikTok team or whatever to get that fixed, but it's just annoying because I know I don't have anything like wrong with my account to get like auto flagged. And TikTok sends me notifications being like, oh, if you joined the live program, you can do all this. And it's like, okay, well, I've tried, but it's not letting me for whatever reason. Also, I won't lie, the idea of streaming on TikTok makes me more nervous than streaming on Twitch or YouTube, because I feel like if I'm streaming on YouTube or Twitch and you see my stream, you have to go out of your way to click on it, but with TikTok, it just shows you random people's live streams, and I don't want me to possibly show up on some random person's For You page or whatever, and I don't know, maybe they just automatically hate my content and they think my stuff is stupid and that I'm stupid, and then they're just gonna like be an asshole. But I guess I should probably just like get over that. Think you should contact the support team. Yeah, I think I'll have to, cause I feel like it would I would get more viewers that way, because I feel like people are more active on there and it's easier to start off as someone new to streaming compared to here. But yeah, I'll have to actually go out of my way to make that happen. Okay, now that I have like default textures on stuff, oh shit, oh my god, select all and then export FBX mesh selected objects scale FBX all. No animation. No armature. Triangulate faces. I think the worst part about working in AR is that you have to remember like a million different things just for correctly exporting it, because otherwise it just won't work. Because it needs to read all of the data in a really specific way. Okay, what else? Apply transformation. Okay. I just exported it, and then I need to set up Adobe Substance Painter on this PC. I think you have a good personality, and plenty of people would gravitate towards it if that makes sense. Thank you. I guess I don't know. I've been contemplating that for a while. I guess I just have like a certain idea when it comes to people who stream on TikTok, and I feel like it's easier for me to make scripted videos, but as a streamer, I feel like I don't really fit that specific niche really, but I guess that would also help me stand out in a way. You know, maybe not everybody on TikTok wants to watch like really in your face loud stuff all the time. Dude, do I even have Adobe Creative Cloud on this? Okay, no I don't. Creative Cloud. Oh god. Substance Painter is downloading. Okay. Or is it? Dude, what? Okay. Why is it not downloading? Okay, it's working. Nice. Okay. Let's see if I remember what account that I have Substance Painter on. Skip question. Oh my god. Dude, I freaking hate Adobe. So bad. I mean, who doesn't? But I have a lot of personal beef with Adobe. Unfortunately, though, I do really like using Substance Painter. So, someone out there can just make like a one-to-one copy of that and just have it be open source. That would be very nice. I know there is a Blender plugin, Uku Paint or whatever, that's supposed to be kind of like it, but last time I checked on that, that plugin doesn't even have layers. Oh shit, that was loud. But as long as we're getting closer to Adobe not having a monopoly on everything creative related, the better things will be off. I'm a very demanding viewer, very, very hard to keep, so I'm sure if you put your work where it's seen, you will build a great community. Yeah, I try my best to like get on here almost every day and try to at least I'm not a big fan of like faking it till you make it. Well, to an extent, but I feel like if you're a streamer, it's or a content creator in general, it's pretty obvious when you're like faking your personality or your voice or just anything. And I really my worst fear is to not be seen as like cringe, but be seen as cringe because I'm not like being normal or just like trying to pass off as a certain type of content creator out there. I'd rather just you know, I'm not the most upbeat or reactive person out there, but I'm willing to acknowledge that and then do my best to provide some form of entertainment regardless of that, with where my strengths actually are, which is just kind of yapping, being passionate about art and gacha games and tokusatsu and all that. But yeah, I don't really know where that that whole tangent was going, but we're 72% there until we can drop everything into Substance Painter, and hopefully I remember how to do this. I'm looking it up actually. What substance painter settings? When I open the you can create what you want. A lot of people like that will absolutely enjoy that vibe. Yeah, I'm hoping, I don't know. I'm fine with not appealing to everyone maybe, but you know, the best case scenario is that maybe someone out there, a couple people can just like see what I'm working on and what I'm all about, and maybe that's enough for them to be interested and stick around and watch. Bruh, this needs to download faster. But that's what I get for having Spectrum internet. Okay. I think it's done downloading, maybe? Or maybe it was just done downloading Creative Cloud. Okay, let's see. Substance. Okay. It's downloading Substance Painter, and then I'll have to switch over my tab once it's actually ready. But yeah, this is what we're working with. Let me see if I can pull up the first model so I can kind of show off. Oh, that was probably it being done. So I can show off what the textures are going to kind of look like, since the first model is already done. Let's see. Google Sites. And my portfolio. Okay. Window capture. Alright, so oh, sorry. Okay, so this is what the first model looked like before I like changed all of it to be the new model. There's some issues going on here, but I fixed that later on. It's just an old screenshot. This is kind of what I'm doing with the textures. Just doing a hand painted cell shading vibe. Doing my best to kind of just make it look one-to-one with the style of my sketches, but you know, there's still some limitations with what I can do AR wise, and it's not perfect, but it looks pretty decent, you know. Even the level of metallicness or the shine, it does change depending on the lighting. I prefer how it looks here, like in Blender, but unfortunately it does get pretty flattened when it becomes a filter. Oh. I guess I don't have a link to the actual filter, but yeah, that's kind of that. Let's see. Perfection is subjective. I think it represents the characteristics of the character well. Yeah. That's the part that I had to really come to terms with, I guess. I've always kind of hated working in 3D as opposed to 2D. And then going through the process of turning something 2D into 3D, I think the hardest part has been accepting that at my skill level at least, things aren't going to translate one to one, but honestly, I've come to terms that that's completely fine and it still looks good as long as it gets the idea across. It's nothing really worth pulling my hair out over or freaking out over, because I mean, when I show it off to people, it's not like they know that, you know, oops, that some things aren't exactly as I intended them to be. It's kind of just the way that it's packaged in full is what matters. Okay, you can't see it, but I'm starting a new project and I have to make sure the set, or like the project settings are correct. There's a specific template that I have to use when working with augmented reality, and specifically Snapchat. They have a template for Lens Studio, which will also work with TikTok. And then textures, it's 1024 by 1024. You know, smaller because we have to be conscious of AR limitations. Okay, we're opening it in OpenGL. I'm gonna let Substance unwrap the model for me. I know that's not ideal, but it's been working for me, so. I will say that if I still suck at anything, it's understanding UV unwrapping, but I think in time I can learn that correctly. Okay. There's our model. What else? Oh god, I forgot Substance Painter. Controls, I think. What is it? Okay. Oh wait, no. They're the same as Blender. Must be thinking of something else. Okay. Alright, let's see. What's that? Okay. That's the chest plate. That's the body. Okay. I think we'll have time to, like, give everything its basic material and then be done for the day. Let's see. The next stream, we can bust out the my drawing tablet and I can start hand painting in all of those hard edges with black to give it the hand-drawn, self-shaded look. Oh wait, I think we have to... Do we have to bake first? Texture set settings right here, and then bake mesh maps. Output size 1024, and then use the low poly as the high poly. And then I think we can bake, and then we can put stuff on it. Yes, that is the cool part. Trying to learn Substance Painter has been kind of a bumpy ride, but I think... Oh, shit. Hold on. Return to painting mode. Okay, there's something funky going on here, which... There's always something that goes wrong before... We're gonna have to fix that before we start painting, but... Thank you for at least liking the look of how it was. What's wrong with this? Okay. I had this problem before on my first model. I guess this is just part of the experience. Something always goes wrong, and then you have to put it back into Blender, and then you gotta fix it. I'm pretty sure it might just be an issue with some normals or something. Or maybe some non-manifold geometry going on there. I also don't know what's going on here with the hands. For the most part, though... Oh shit, where did she go? Okay. For the most part, though, things look okay. But we definitely do need to figure this out before we can do the fun part. Okay. What could it be? Okay. Okay, thank God I didn't close out of Blender, because I'm pretty sure we can just fix this in there and then re-export. Let's see. Get this out of the way. Alright, let's do the good ol' select all, and then mesh, and then clean up. Let's see. So the merge by distance, let's do normals, recalculate the outside. Where is it? Select by non-manifold. Oh god. My mouse stopped working again. Oh wait, no. It's because of the freaking... Oh god. How do I turn that off? The way it stops zooming in the closer you get to it. I thought I turned that off so that it stopped doing that, but I guess... Actually, no. I turned it off on my laptop. I didn't turn it off on this. Okay. Dude. Okay, nope. Not that. Okay. We're good. Dude, I need to clear off all this stuff. Clear all these seams so I don't have to look at them. Good enough. Select non-manifold. Okay, well... It's just the belt's the only non-manifold thing on there. Just perfectly fine. Okay. How about... interior faces? Okay. Well, I already knew some of these issues existed, but it looks fine in the export. So I'm not too concerned about fixing that right now. What else could it be? Okay, I'm switching back to Substance Painter. Might just be a problem with Substance Painter. Hold on. Okay, we're opening a new version of this. Changing the way that it's unwrapping it. It does take longer to change the way that it unwraps. I think one problem was Okay, yeah. Everything was packed way too tight earlier, and also I forgot to tell it to not have really elongated, oh shit, uh like sections. Okay, what can I do here to make sure it doesn't look like whatever that was? Okay. Oh god. Where is this setting? Okay, let me see if all of this actually needs to be baked, or if I can just have the normals baked in. Um, don't think I need these for AR. Um, okay, I guess we'll try ambient occlusion. Definitely need normal and curvature. Okay, what about ID and thickness? Okay. I think we're good, maybe? Let's try. We'll see. I don't know. It's always... You can never tell until it's completely done, and then there's probably parts of it that look really messed up. It is fun to watch it though. Lots of colors going on. And it does look pretty cool with all this. Okay. It looks fine. Nice. Okay, let me save that. Okay, save. Fine. Okay. Alright, let's see. Let's see if I remember what... I think I used... Oh man, it doesn't show like the pop-up that, it has like a close-up of what the material looks like. I think I used polished, brushed metal? I don't know. We'll have to see. What is this? Oh yeah, it's the chest plate. We don't, whatever's going on with the chest right there is not my concern right now. You won't really see it anyways. Okay. Let's see how this goes. We'll try polished. Although, well, first of all, we need to change the color. Where is that? Okay, custom metal, and then I need to pull up my reference image. I can just color pick it from there. I guess the main color on it is the green. So we're gonna start with that. And then obviously everything else will be painted later. Oh wow, that comes off a lot different on 3D than it does on the sketch. Let's see. Actually, maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna change the tiling because, yeah, it looks good. It's just, you know, it isn't like exactly, yeah, actually I think it's just because of the texture it had before, but yeah. This has like scratches built into it. I tend to change it to 0 on the tiling so that it's just flat metal. Lore wise, I guess it would make sense to have scratches, but it's not what you imagined. Yeah, I guess not. Or maybe it's because on the reference image, it has the really light highlights where it's bouncing or reflecting the light off of it. So I guess that kind of just influenced how I thought it would look, but you know, this is more realistic. I think the material is a big part of that. Yeah, it's probably doing some other stuff in the background, which I can change, but honestly, I kind of want to see what it looks like with all of this. What is this? Oh, it's the body. It's got some weird stuff going on, but the bodysuit's just black, but what was it? I forgot what texture I used for this. Was it leather or was it oops, hold on. I think I accidentally turned on mirrored. Okay. I forgot what the fabric is called. Actually, I think I just used a one that's supposed to be plastic. Yeah, or actually rubber. You can't see it because of chat, but it's just called Rubber Raw. So that's that. Obviously, it's got this texture on it, which does make it look like rubber, but since it's a bodysuit, I'm also turning the tiling for that down so that it's just completely smooth. And I also... Where is it? I need to put this out more. I did... Oh, yeah. I put the roughness down so that it's shiny instead of a rough, like, worn rubber looking feeling. I don't know. I feel like this just gives it more of a superhero look to it. Or I guess it also gives like a high fashion type of feeling to it. It actually might be a little too glossy. Maybe something more like that. Yeah, I don't I want it to look simple cuz it cuz AR is going to flatten it, but I'm trying to do my best so that all of the black doesn't just look like pure black, and I don't want it to look too flat, so just a little something to give it a little bit of dimension. Okay, this is the chest, the undersuit for the chest. That's also getting metal, what was it? Metal polish? Yeah. And then you scroll down and we're doing custom metal. Then another color pick. Okay. I do like the very, I'm interested to see what the red is gonna look like. Cause this very, like, deep, rich emerald green is really, I like it, you know? The more that I look at it, I like it. Also, yeah, model has no head, obviously. Whatever, it also doesn't have anything in the forearms. Whatever someone's not gonna see is just not necessary, so. Let's see. It's also getting... Same thing. The real challenge is going to be the hand painting process. Oh wait, I forgot to get rid of the scratching, or the scratches on it. Yeah, this part's easy. Hard part is hand painting everything. To have the black edges on it. Okay, yeah. This one, metal polish. Okay, those are the brace or the armbands. What's this? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. No forearms on the model. As long as you have enough of an overlap between the two, nobody will ever know. Okay, these parts are gonna be the red, so we'll get to see how that looks. It's just like the little glove pieces that they're pretty tiny, but I feel like the design just doesn't look right without them. So where is it? Custom metal. Let's see. Turn it down. Okay. Terrible at color theory, so I can't really help that. Hey man, color theory is one of the most difficult things to learn. Me personally, when I was making the sketches, or just whenever I'm making any piece, really, I like using color palette generators, just like online. But yeah, we're getting this really deep, rich, like red wine color. It's very nice. It does give off like the feeling that I was trying to give in the sketch, which is it's very like dark. I don't even know what the word for it would be. Just this very it's not gothic, but it's red and green without giving Christmas, you know? Let's see. What is this? Oh, it's the belt. Okay. This one... The belt's metal, but as you can see, it's silver. Or, I don't like that color of silver. So we'll do custom and then pick the color from my sketch. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. I mean, you can tell that it's darker than the default silver they give you, but I don't know. I feel like it looks slightly more not realistic, but believable within the color palette. I don't know. Oh yeah, this little belt thing. I guess I'll make the base color red. It's an equal amount of the green and the red, but I think it'll be easier to paint the green part on than it would be to paint the red. Okay, leg parts. It doesn't look bad when it's just the base textures, but I feel like you really can, it's just such a huge jump in quality from how it looks during this stage and after it's actually painted correctly. Oh yeah, okay. Knee pads are red. And also, like, once we get the lines on the bodysuit and we have, what is it called? The, uh, the thing that makes them glow. Um, once that's added, it starts to all come together. The emission, yes. I had to look that up. Okay. That's red. That's mostly green. Okay, that's the shoes. I forgot to put that first. Oh, didn't mean to press that. It's a process like when you do color shadows in drawing, increases the overall look and effect. Yes. This is basically like sketching. And then once we actually render everything, starts to actually have like depth and points of interest on it instead of just being an idea mostly. Oh, can't forget the tiling. Hope I didn't forget it for anything else. Okay. What's this? Scarf? Okay. The scarf. I forget. Oh. Fabric. Oh yeah. For the last model, I did this cotton jersey material. I don't know if that'll work with this. I mean, actually, let's see if we make it black. Actually, we can't make it black. It's red in the picture. Okay, yeah. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Yeah, it's off. I feel like for this design, it looks better if it's also metallic like the rest of it. Because on the last design, the scarf was actually modeled to look like a fabric, like regular scarf with folds and everything. But this one's more of a choker, so we're going with metal. Yeah, I think that just looks more believable. Ah, okay. Well, since we're making, yeah, needs some, the vibe of this one's a lot different, so we need to be willing to make some changes here. Let's see how this, the cape looks with this, like, metal foil material. Obviously it's gonna be black. I think that'll actually help because, yeah, it makes the folds a lot more obvious, I guess. It doesn't just look like a flat blob. Okay, let's see. Don't know how simplified we can make it without, that's a little too simple. I feel like that's low-key maybe a good point to start off with. I mean, we can always change it later, but yeah, I think this is okay to start off with. I do think I will hand paint maybe some folds in there or like some highlights so that you can actually see more of the texture. But okay, this is what we're starting off with. I'm gonna save. Let's see. Okay, we got like max 10 minutes before I end stream, so low key. Oh shit, didn't mean to do that. Let's, guess we can kind of just experiment. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Redo. Okay. Maybe something else might work better for the cape. Maybe the stylized raw metal? I don't know. It's looking a little similar. Or wait, no. It's just because it was on top of that other one. I don't know. Now that just looks like a big chunk of like solid metal instead of fabric. Sometimes using a different color to see can help get a better perspective. That is true. Ooh. Let's see what this, oh. I don't know if I like that. It's a little much. Maybe, no, that's way too shiny. I feel like maybe this might work better with Actually, what about if we try to give it the same texture as the bodysuit? Oh. I do plan on having the inside of the cape and the outside of the cape to be different colors, so that's a good point. I don't know if this is the right texture, but I don't know. Trying to just like tweak stuff. See how it turns out. Oh, yeah, I don't like that. What's this? Plastic composite. I would go with something that gives a lighter feel. Interesting. We'll have to, I will experiment with it, next time I'm working on this. We might have to see how it might look with the color of like the bodysuit lines, like that kind of almost neon color. Maybe that might work. I mean, even in the sketch, I did have to add these little highlight lines to make it actually pop out from the rest of the body. So, okay. You know, before next week's stream when I work on this, I'm definitely gonna fully decide on the actual texture. And then hopefully that works with whatever. Oh, yeah, I hate that. Then we can see what color would work. Because I don't want the cape to get lost in the rest of it, you know? It is pretty important to the design, in my opinion. Because it does change with each design. It gets like longer and longer and longer. That's kind of the color that the bodysuit has. I don't know. Well, I think the cape is going to be like the last thing that I do, because everything else I know exactly what I have to do for it, and then the cape is kind of just like there right now, and I don't think I can predict what actually works before everything else is done. Oh, you can actually make this metallic. Okay, interesting. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna stop messing with it for now. And like go eat dinner and take a break. But yeah, that was today's stream. We honestly got a lot more done than I thought we would. So thank you everyone for watching. It helps me force myself to like log in and actually work on this project because, you know, I kind of need it to graduate, but I keep not having the motivation to work on it as much as I have motivation to work on other stuff like TikTok and YouTube. And even then, I've been finding myself struggling to work on that stuff too. So, I think I'm just, I'm not fully burnt out yet, but I can't afford to be burnt out. We gotta be on that grind if we want to be successful. But yeah, thank you. I'll try to come by from time to time. Oh yeah, thanks man. Like, really appreciate it. I didn't think watching someone struggle in Blender and Substance, and later we're going back into Blender once I rig it so I can do some photos and video renders for documentation purposes and everything. And then we're gonna go into AR and do all that stuff. But yeah, I didn't think that would be entertaining to watch. But thank you nonetheless. Yeah. Everybody else watching, maybe you can pop in on Sunday's stream. Gonna be watching more Kamen Rider Zets. We're gonna keep catching up. I'm not too far behind anymore. Next stream, if we watch another 7 episodes, I should pretty much be caught up, but yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you all have a good day. Stay safe. Get enough sleep. All that. Drink enough water, because it's hot as hell, also. But yeah. Thank you. Have a good day. See you next time, maybe. And that'll be all. Bye.